Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where today we are going to be concluding the ongoing saga on this channel regarding the first episodes of Doctor Who. The BBC have now released a statement confirming the story won't be available for the iPlayer release, and presumably the very first story of Doctor Who and an Earthly Child will not be available for any future streaming releases. We're going to be talking about this, and we're just going to be kind of going over what this all means. Yeah, essentially Steph Coburn got what he wanted. It's a little bit sad, but we're just going to get right into it. Also subscribe if you're new, that would be greatly appreciated. If you enjoy regular Doctor Who news, I'm on it like a Scotch bonnet, so feel free to subscribe if you are brand new. But with that said, let's just get right into this, shall we? So this is from the Radio Times. BBC confirms Doctor Who's first episode won't be in iPlayer back catalogue. The BBC has issued a statement. The BBC has confirmed that Doctor Who's first story and An Earthly Child won't be included in the back catalogue of episodes hitting iPlayer in November. The broadcaster recently announced that more than 800 episodes of Doctor Who, including the classic series, will be released on iPlayer, in line with the sci-fi show's 60th anniversary. However, the very first story, written by Anthony Coburn, which introduced William Hartnell as the first Doctor, will not be included, the BBC has confirmed to radiotimes.com. A spokesperson for the BBC has said the massive iPlayer back catalogue will be home to over 800 hours of Doctor Who content, making it the biggest collection of Doctor Who programming in one place, but will not include the first 4 episodes, as we do not have all the rights to those. From the 1st of November, fans will be able to watch hundreds of episodes from 1963 to the present day, across the show's classic and modern runs. Not only that, but it will include obviously the spin-off series, Sarah Jane Adventures, Torchwood Class, and behind-the-scenes show Confidential. Russell T Davies, Doctor Who showrunner, said, "I'd like to thank the BBC for all their hard work to get the massive back catalogue under one roof, at long last, with one exception, of course." And then, yeah, it basically just goes on to quote Russell T Davies from the previous article surrounding the release of the iPlayer episodes. Now, I don't need to tell you this is incredibly sad, you know. They had the opportunity to basically make an entire back catalogue for Doctor Who, and then one guy came along for his own, let's be honest, selfish reasons and decided, no, we couldn't have that. And I guess what makes it more annoying is that if he had, like, reasonable intentions, you could kind of sit there and go, well, okay, you know, that's one thing. But as we've explored in previous videos, he said he did it out of vengeance. So I don't exactly see his intentions as being very noble with all of this, shall we say. And I know some people are going to say, oh, well, it's still on ITVX, it's still on BritBox, because that's kind of one thing now. That will only be the case until the contract for ITVX expires. As soon as that expires, I would assume it will not be on BritBox/ITVX either. So I'm assuming with this that physical media releases are still on the table because those rights were signed off on a while ago, but in terms of streaming, these episodes are somewhat left out in the cold. Now, admittedly, it's not terrible news. We do have online copies of these episodes pretty readily available. Not to mention, as I say, the DVD is still very much out there and it was produced loads, so it's relatively cheap to find. We'll still very much be able to see these first episodes, but I think it's just sad from a preservation angle that the very first episodes of Doctor Who are not going to be in this collection with all the others. You know, it feels like it should be there. Feels like it belongs there in some sort of way. And for it not to be there, it's kind of sad, you know, it's kind of... And like I say, I guess it's just more sad given that the guy who has basically prevented it doesn't seem to have had the best of intentions. But again, looking on the bright side, from the 1st of November, we will have literally every other episode on iPlayer. It's just unfortunate, really, that the first episode is not there because of such silly, silly reasons, really. I'm hoping that possibly the day might come where the BBC can figure out a new deal, but until that point, it won't be included, which is a shame. I did say in a previous video, you know, maybe they were gonna, like, just put it on anyway and see what happens, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like they didn't want to take the risk, which I suppose is fair enough. But yeah, there's not much else to say, really. It's just a little bit disappointing. That concludes my kind of coverage of this topic on this channel. I appreciate that for my regular viewers, it might have been a bit of a different style of content from what you're used to, but I promise you, tomorrow we'll be back to covering news on the modern show, as well as all that other stuff, particularly the 60th. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below your thoughts. Let me know what you think about all this. I'm genuinely curious to know. And I will see you later.